What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Urban Minds Inc. representing that positivity and that motivation. Hey, listen, man, bringing you a product review of a treadmill that I've almost had for a year now. Okay, showing you the display panel up here, all the features, not a lot of bells and whistles at all. Let me turn the speed down on this sucker so I can stabilize the camera. All right, so here we have it, man. It's the Ancheer 3.25 horsepower treadmill, and I got this off of Amazon after reading reviews, and it cost me around $724 shipped. So I'll go over some features on this treadmill and tell you, who this treadmill is gonna be for and who it's not gonna be for. So let me tell you, if you're training for a marathon and you take running seriously, this treadmill is not for you. This is definitely a budget treadmill, okay? Starting with the construction of it. Online, pictures make it look very sturdy, but it is not. If you're doing fast sprints, this one isn't gonna hold up. The belt is gonna skip because 3.25 horsepower is not a very strong motor. And I'll show you the incline that you can go up to. Incline goes all the way up to 15, but keep in mind, this 15% incline right here is not your normal 15% incline. It feels almost like 7.5 incline. Okay, speed, it goes all the way up to 12 for speed. On here, display is nothing fancy. Has time, distance, calories burned, and speed right there. Also has some speakers right here. I plugged those in once, and they didn't sound too amazing. Have your normal emergency stop. You have some different modes right here. You have some pre-programmed inclines, pre-programmed speeds. Now keep in mind, if you're a very small person, I'm gonna say under 180 pounds, then this treadmill will benefit you and you can get some pretty good use out of it. My wife and I are almost 75 pounds difference in weight, and she uses it. Like I said, my wife and I are about 75 pounds difference in weight. I'm like 250 and she weighs like 75, 80 pounds less than me. Okay, so this treadmill, when I get on it, you notice the belt started to skip, the motor not being able to keep up. So it's definitely not made for anybody. Even if the weight on here, I think was 250 pounds, man, this treadmill won't hold up to it. So I'm definitely gonna be upgrading to something a little bit more heavy duty that probably has a heavier weight limit and something with a stronger motor. Keep in mind, man, if I try to run on this thing and do some sprints, this thing's gonna be all over the place. I stand a chance of injuring myself. Overall, other than that, if you're not a very, very heavy person, over 185 pounds, this treadmill will do you some good, okay? Very reasonable, very affordable. Treadmills that I'm looking at, heavy duty, are $1,500 and up. But when I got a treadmill, I was hoping that I could find something that would last a long time, was built very well. And I remember putting this thing together. I was like, man, this thing is not the strongest. Looking at some of the parts and things like that, but I gave it a chance and I've been able to do everything I need to do on it. So I'm gonna turn you over and I'm gonna show you to the belt. Okay, right here, we have the belt. And if you look at this, this is a very small running belt, okay? So when you talk about treadmills, this one is probably about 18 inches wide, which is not ideal for running, cardio, or a larger person. The smaller you are, the more this is gonna benefit you. But the next time I get a treadmill, it's gonna be a full length, meaning when I'm taking strides, my feet aren't hitting the front and they're not rolling off of the back, okay? So distance from left to right, I think is 18 inches. On a commercial treadmill, you're looking at 22 inches width and bigger, 24. So you can roll on there. If you miss a step, you don't have to worry about if you're gonna hit the side rails or anything like that. And that's what I'll be upgrading to. Smaller person will find this, perfect. For me, not the case. So I'm out here doing some cardio while giving you this review. And when it comes to, my ratings on this treadmill, on the Ancheer 3.25 horsepower foldable treadmill, it has some cool features on it. First cool feature is it has like a hydraulic shock that when the treadmill is upright and you need to lower it, the hydraulic shock lowers it down at a very slow pace and you don't even have to lift it. It's almost like lift and lower assistance, okay? That is very handy for anybody that's not very strong and don't want to be wrestling with it, trying to lift it up, because it's heavy, but that's going to be more of a safety plus than anything. So here we go. Durability, as far as how well it's made, I am going to give it a 6.5 because it could be stronger, could be built out of a thicker gauge of steel. When it comes to the motor, okay, I have to also give this one a 6.5 due to it's not holding up to the weight limits that I read about in the reviews. So I have to give it that rating. When it comes to the incline, it says it has a 15 incline, but being on some commercial treadmills, I know this one is more like a 7.5 incline when it says 15. So for that reason, when it comes to the incline adjustability, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 because it does not have a decline feature. You can't decline. When it comes to speed, man, when my wife gets on here and she speeds it up, this thing absolutely cooks and she has no problem out of it. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 for speed rating, because just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean it won't work for somebody else, okay? When it comes to the display unit, now me, I don't really like anything too fancy. I like everything nice and simple. And when it comes to the display unit, the functionality of it, everything is in reach and distance, nothing seems out of place. I'm going to give it a 9. It's very basic, and I don't think you'll have any issues out of it because it's basic. When it comes to the audio system on here, man, this is no Bose or Beats by Dre sound system. This is your bottom of the line Chinese speaker put in here. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10 for audio. This is not what you wanna play your music through. So my overall rating for this treadmill, despite some of the issues that I have with it due to me being heavier and it not being able to facilitate my needs, I'm gonna give it a strong 7. Strong 7. If you are 200 pounds, ideally 185 and below, this treadmill is gonna be a blast for you. You're gonna be able to do everything you wanna do, probably not have any issues. Somebody like me that's 256 pounds, this thing is not gonna stand the test of time. I'm just doing walking at a brisk pace cardio at a 3.3 speed, and the motor's already skipping. And that's nowhere near a run. A run for me is like 5.5 and up, all the way to about 7.5 speed. So overall rating, I give it a strong 7. Definitely looks very good. Not the strongest material, but it will benefit somebody out there. And I like to keep that biased approach because I know people using this treadmill will have all weight ranges and stuff like that. So meanwhile, while it's not the most beneficial or efficient thing for me, I know it will help a lot of people reach their goals. And you see me, I'm doing this review on it, so it's working. So it's actually working. It's not working to my standard, but it is working for my home gym. So there's my review on the Ancheer 3.25 horsepower foldable treadmill. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, holler back at your boy. And if you know a good heavy duty treadmill for somebody my size, drop that in the comments. You know, if you got a treadmill and you only 150, don't send me that review, because we have 2 different loads that we put on a treadmill. But if you know something that will fit me, man, send me that review and I'll check it out, hopefully get one. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, holler back at your boy, because I'm only shooting at gun barrel straight.